Hello, I'm Jennifer Snyder from Prima Marketing. I'm here today to show you a few different ways to use the new Color Bloom mists. I'm featuring Tangerine and Gilded. I happen to be a little timid with mists and sprays because I feel like I'm not going to like the results of this spray on my project. So here today to help me is Becky. It's Julie Nutting's adorable little cowgirl stamp. To get started, I'm going to use the Dark Bark ink edger, and I'm going to use the Something Blue collection for her clothing and her body. To create her vest, I'm going to use this 4x6 journal card, and I'm going to use the decorative edges. You'll see later as we assemble her vest. I'm also going to color Becky's hair with the Dark Bark chalk edger by dipping a paintbrush in a little bit of water and then dabbing it on the edger. This is just like painting with watercolors. It's very easy. I'm going to add some quick highlights in her hair with the yellow. In making Becky's vest, I used the two pieces from the 4x6 journal card. When I add them together, they make a fancy vest. Becky's getting ready to go to a square dance, so I'm going to make her skirt a little fuller. To complete this, I stamped the skirt twice. You can see I pieced them together side by side and just kind of ruffle them up a bit. I do believe she's done, so we're going to set her aside for later. I'm ready to start my background. I mentioned before that I was timid with mists and sprays. To act as a little insurance policy, I cover my project in clear gesso. The gesso acts as a barrier so that the mist doesn't soak into the paper. I can remove it with a simple spray of water and blot it up and add more if I'd like. The gesso also lets me be in control instead of the mist being in control of me. It's helped take the fear out of misting. I hope it does the same for you. I want to show you once again the color choices that I'm using. It's Gilded and Tangerine. I like to use a paper towel because I can blot the color off, and then I can also add the color back in with a paper towel if necessary. It's time to move on to the canvas. I'm going to cover this with a gel medium. I cover my canvas with the paper. I leave some of the edging so that I can paint the mist right on with a paintbrush. After I apply the tangerine with the paintbrush, I'm going to wipe a little bit off. It's too dark for me and I want a little bit lighter. Now I'm applying the Gilded with the paintbrush as well. You just don't have to fear over applying the mist. I'm running the Dark Bark edger quickly around the outside edge for definition. Another way I like to use the mist is to spray it directly onto the paper towel. This way I control the intensity of the color and exactly where the color goes. I'd like to add some journal tiles to my canvas, so I'm going to write some out with the pastel pencil, quickly cut them, and attach them to my canvas. My journaling says, "A day in the country is like a day in heaven." I'm lightening up the center of my canvas with some gesso on a sponge and dabbing it off with the paper towel. I'm going to do some stenciling using the Raspberry Pi edger. I'll also apply some Raspberry Pi around the outside edges. I've pulled out some canvas resist flowers. I'm going to spray them with the tangerine, wipe them down, and respray them with the Gilded. Here I'll dab the edges with the Dark Bark. It's time to put the embellishments on the canvas. I've attached the flowers and the journal tiles. I'm going to highlight the journal tiles by adding some mist to a paintbrush and painting around them. I'm repeating the process with the Gilded mist. I'm taking my paper towel for the last time and just wiping across the canvas. Not a lot goes to waste at my house. I'm not concerned that the paper towels have a lot of mist on them. I'm going to use those for the centers of my flowers. So I cut them and glue them and puff them up a little bit. Perfect. Just about finished. The finishing touches, more flowers, some highlighting around my tiles. I'm adding some stamping and some chipboard and typewriter keys from the Bloom collection as well. I think I need to intensify the colors on the corners a little bit with the raspberry pie. One final touch-up is some old rose edger here and there, and the yellow coltsfoot stamen edger here and there. And here's the completed canvas. This project features the Color Bloom spray mists, Julie Nutting's Becky doll stamp, the Something Blue paper collection, and embellishments from the Bloom collection. I'm Jennifer Snyder. On behalf of Prima Marketing, I thank you for visiting.